Hi, this is Linda from LindaVillaCreations. Welcome. Please, I'm going to give you a tour of my craft room. It's going to be a two-parter because it's pretty crowded in there. So let's go in. I'm going to start you off with something near and dear to my heart, which is my children. And I've put these pictures up here. This is my son, Daryl. And this is my daughter, Kathy. And they've both passed on. They're home, gone home with our father, waiting for me, and I'm anxious to go. But they left me 3 of the most gorgeous grandchildren I could ever wish for. And so I have to stick around so I can have some more grandchildren. Anyway, enough about my kids. Well, actually, that's not true because they're everywhere in this room. Everything I see and look at, I think of my children. And here's a little memorial, I guess you would call, for them. I look at it every day. And here's pictures of them and my great-grandchildren when they were little. And I just love looking at those pictures every day when I walk in this room. It gives me inspiration, and just I'm so happy to have them in my life. Okay, let's begin the tour. I have lots of stuff, and please don't judge me. I do have a lot of stuff, and I'll try to show you everything I have and how I organize things, and maybe it would help you. That's what I've done in the past, is watch other people's videos to give me inspiration and to help me be more organized, because when you have stuff from so many years and so many people, it's overwhelming. Oh, and this will never be finished. It's like a house, because every time you learn something new, you have to buy the stuff to make that, and that adds to your collection. Just wanted to take a minute to mention that my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, Amanda, who is she films, she edits, she's my sales manager, social media person. Yes, I have trouble with that word because I'm older and social media is hard. Okay, let's get started. A lot of these pictures are, of course, from my amazing sister, Theta, who is half of this stuff in this room was hers. And, oh, sorry, more family. But this begins my collection. Some of the cards I've made, some were sent to me, like my granddaughter's, daughter-in-law and her babies. And here's my collection of stuff. My acrylic paints, some of them, the Nouveau sprays, the Nouveau drops, more Nouveau drops, glitter glue, shimmer powder for my newest project, which is, what is that stuff called? Resin jewelry. Thank you. My granddaughter helps me. She gives me cues so I can stay on track. These are all inks for my resin, and more inks. And like I said, the shimmer powder. This is my alcohol inks, more Nouveau drops, and my glitter. Listen, this is my favorite thing, my glitter. It's just drop dead gorgeous. And if you've ever seen any of my videos for my journals, you will see that everything is glittered to death. And I know I have a lot of stuff out here, but I need to tell you that color makes me happy. It makes me smile, and it makes me want to create. So I like to get out as much stuff as I can so I can be inspired. I made these butterflies a while back, and I just fell in love with them. They're just covered with glitter, a little bit of bling, and I just laid them here because I want to look at them. This is some new glitter that I purchased from Lisa, and I will link her I will link her, place her link below so you can order some. I did order this from overseas, but they do have a shop here in the United States now. By the way, we are in a beautiful San Diego. It's August, and it's like 83 degrees outside, so it's a little warm. Just wanted to let you know where we were. Here is some washi tape. I love the big rolls because it just takes up a lot of space, and it's so beautiful on a journal, just gorgeous. Here's some dragonflies. This was my first attempt of trying to make a dragonfly. So you can see it was my first attempt because they're a little wonky, but you know what? They're beautiful. I love them. They make me happy. I'm gonna move back a little bit into the filing cabinet so I can show you how I store some of my product. This is just a regular filing cabinet, and I loved it because it's white, because it matches everything, and white is clean. I have my heat resistant paper, my acetate, my toner sheets, my thick vellum, my sticker sheets. I need to show this to you. This is the most amazing stuff. I think I got it from scrapbooking.com, sorry. And it's sticky micro dots. So if I had a piece of paper, a design that I wanted to stick on something and didn't want to use anything that was abrasive or too thick, you just open this up, you rub it on, peel it off, and it sticks on anything. This has changed my life. I know a lot of people say, oh, this was life-changing. This is life-changing when it comes to making journals and cards. A little more information. I have been crafty all my life, at least for the last 40 years. And just about 2.5 years ago, I started making cards. And I made cards. I probably made 500 cards. I didn't know what to do with them other than give them, so I gave them to my family members. And then I found out about journals, and that's what prompted most of this. I do have dies and stamps, but they're in another room because I have too many and they take up valuable real estate here in my craft room, so I can just go get them when I need them. Okay, let's move on. Anyway, so here's all my hand-dyed paper, my laminating pouches, my transparent papers. So that drawer is for that, which works really well for me. I don't use a lot of colored paper, but here is where I store that colored paper. This is my plain card paper, and then I put them in colors and label them so I know what color is what, and this works for me. Like I said, I don't have a lot, I don't use a lot of colored paper, so that works for me. All right, here we go. There's nothing in this drawer because I like to have a couple of empty drawers in case I have new items. I'm not as young as I used to be, so I need to label everything, and it helps me find things a lot quicker. So I just use my little, what's that thing called? Label maker. Thank you, Amanda. This is one of many drawers of trims, and I believe if you've watched any of my videos, you will know that my sister has had most of this stuff for many, many years, and my mom had a lot of it prior to her. So some of it's so old, it's amazing. I wouldn't even know how to guess. I cut these out myself because they're very expensive to buy, so I just made my own, and I don't have them all wrapped like that, but most of them are, so it's very easy. I use a lot of flowers. I buy most of my flowers at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. I actually made my own flowers, which was really fun, just out of paper, and I do use those a lot. I like them. Oh, here's some more that I made. Well, these are butterflies, actually. So they're just a little butterfly made out of paper, and I use those as well. And then, of course, I use all my packaged flowers. I made these. They're so very cute. I just love to put them in my journals. And yeah, just tons and tons of ephemera because I do a lot of flowers. These flowers, 2 drawers of flowers are from my sister, and I don't use a lot of flowers in their whole. I actually take the petals, I cut the petals off and I glue them on the edge of my journals, or make a smaller flower, if you will. So that's what I do with all of these flowers. I just cut the petals off and deconstruct them is the word I'm looking for, and just utilize them. And here's some more. I know I have a lot, but I use a lot of color because color makes me happy, as I said before. You might find this interesting. This is a hat from the 30s or the 40s. Do you remember? Well, for the older ladies might remember how gorgeous those were back in the day, and the beautiful leaves and the roses, just gorgeous. I can't cut that up. I just have it there because it's pretty to look at. All right, moving on. This is my ribbons and trims, and I don't know about you, but I have always had a problem trying to figure out how to store my ribbons. And this is the best way I found. And it was a lot of time consuming. I did buy the little cardboard pieces that you can wrap, and those worked really well for me. So as you can see, I have almost every color. I don't have too much orange or green, but listen, I love this system. And if you have a lot of trim like me, you might want to try this. This is the case that it's sitting in from IKEA. And my husband says this room is an advertisement for IKEA because I have so many IKEA parts. But as you well know, they work so well. We almost cannot not have one, right? Or many like me. These are my bigger. I'll take this out so you can see. And I put it on a ring. Clearly that one fell out, which is fine. I put them on a ring so they're contained. So I can just flip through and look at whatever color I want to use or style. Oh, and that's where that fell out of. This works great. And a lot of these I got from Frank Garcia's studio. I actually went to his studio about a year ago, and he's up in like Pasadena, I think. Amazing store. It was very hard to contain myself and not spend over my limit. But you know what? It's all for the good. Yes. Next drawer is more ribbon, but it's the bigger, wider ribbon, and I was able to get it in this drawer. And this works really well for me as well. I have a lot of ribbon, but you know, when you do journals, you need a lot of ribbon. All sizes, all colors. And the bottom drawer down here is my supply drawer. I know, I'm crazy. But when I buy something, and if I think I'm gonna like it, I buy 2 because I don't always get back to where I was. And I just need, when you need something, you need it. And I have try to do one extra of everything. All right, now we're going to move on to this this was purchased from IKEA probably 8 or 10 years ago for our spare bedroom. Previous to this house. We've been here for going on 4 years in October. And it was an entertainment center in our spare bedroom, like I said, but we don't need it anymore. So I was happy to utilize it here. And it's been morphed so many times I can't tell you, but get your hands on something like this, you'd be lucky because it really does conceal a lot of things, as you can see. And again, I label almost everything. So of course, my little iron, my extra paintbrushes, miscellaneous stuff that I'm working on. This is my next project. Usually I put here, which I think is going to be, no, we'll save that for later. This is my bookbinding equipment, my waxing for my wax seals supplies. This is my assorted paper pads, which they go on clear back there, which you can see. Scary, I know. These are a lot of, well, bling. I love bling, and I use it all the time. Every journal, I just, oh, there's tags. I have a tray of tags, and then I have a book of tags, empty tags that I can decorate or to put in a journal. More bling, sequins, pearls, and I like this because as you can see, I bring out the whole case if I want, or I can just bring out one, whatever I need or whatever I'm working on. So that's really handy. You want to try that. Same thing with my rhinestones. I just got these little bags, the card holders. I put my label on with my label maker, and as you can see, I just alphabetize them so I know what I want and where they are. There's one of pearls and one of rhinestones. That works really well too, because you don't want to be looking for pink in the black pocket. So this is some assorted ephemera, and if you're anything like me, you have ephemera everywhere, and I have it everywhere. I try to keep it organized, but I have so much, I can't keep it all in one place. So I just put it in plastic bags, and I can flip through it and see if something catches my eye. These are some small envelopes that I have made, that I have purchased. So if I need a little envelope, which I've made, I just dig through here, find the color I want. This one is all tags. I've just made tags, and if I need one, I just find the color I need. And these are all made. I didn't buy them, and I can stamp on them or run them through the embossing folder or something. And oh yeah, tags and envelopes pretty much, and it just fits right in there nicely. Okay, we're moving on here. Again, this is get this out here so you can see it. My assorted cards. These are cards that people have given me or I had over the years, thank you cards and birthday cards, and I cut them apart and use them on my journals. I don't make cards anymore, only for special occasions, because I just love making journals. And I have assorted napkins. This is full of assorted napkins. So anytime I want it, I just pull it out and pick what I want and decoupage my napkins. This is all assorted graphic 45 paper and paper pads. I don't use that a lot anymore. I used to use it. And here is some Tim Holtz collaging paper, which I use, but I put it here by the napkins so I can keep track of it. Down here is assorted cards that I have made, and I have them all categorized by birthday or sympathy or whatever I need. This, I don't know what this is. This is more ephemera. These are flowers that I have picked from my backyard, and you know, I can't think of the name. What do you do with them? You dried them. Thank you, Amanda. She's amazing, isn't she? And little bits and bats that I use when I am making my journals. Okay, we're gonna go on to the middle here. All right, don't panic. Don't get scared. This is my idea of organization. Let me turn on my light here. This has been a long time coming. A lot of work, but it's so worth it. And I know that it's hard to read, but if you want things visible and want to know where they are, this is a great way to do this. So I'm not going to take time and read each one, but there's stickers and, you know, my decoupage tissue ephemera and my assorted vellum and my stencil book and my, you know, magazine cutouts, which is a great thing to use on your journals. If you haven't tried that, you need to collect magazines and tear out things that speak to you and put them in a binder. This works great. I love this. I hope you will. I just got these on Amazon. I like pink, so I got all the same color. This one, is big because it's full of specialty colored and embossed cardstock. It's special stuff that I don't use a lot of, but it worked well, so I left the blue book there. Okay, this is assorted paper and foam squares, and Amanda's going to catch a glimpse over here so you can see I have everything labeled, so I know where I can just read it and see what I want if I don't remember that it's there. And that works really well for me because, you know, we all have this. It's kind of like a junk drawer, but not. This is my little clear bags that I put my homemade cards in, or I use these. I put a sticker on here with a little white card, and I put my stamps or dies in, and then I put them in a container that's stored away, so they're all nice and alphabetized and stay in one place. These are great. I got these at the ones with the black handles are from Costco, and these are from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but they work well. So this is my assorted foil, my glitter paper, my assorted ephemera number 2, more assorted ephemera, my 12 by 12 because it's really hard to store 12 by 12, and some word strips. So if I want one, I just pull it out, open it up, and it's at my fingertips, which is so important. Okay, and just some baby stickers and some foil that I'm not sure where to put yet. Like I said, we're you know, it's an ever-changing thing. When I was making cards, this was my desk because all this other stuff wasn't here. But now I finally got my inkjet printer, which is amazing. I've had it for about 2 months, and I can't tell you what a difference and what ease it is printing, and the beautiful colors, and the ink lasts forever. That was the one thing that I was worried about, was the ink, because it's like liquid gold. And I keep printing paper on one side with my refills, and my regular printing paper if you just want to print up something from like Xeroxing paper on the other side. And so if you're looking for a printer, I love this one. I'd recommend it. Back here's my craft tacks, which I make 99% of my journal covers out of, and if you watch my video, you can get that link, or I'll link it to the bottom of this video. My sewing machine, my extra thread, and my scan and cut assorted mats, because they're so large, it's just easier to keep them flat and stored down there. Okay, that was a big one. Behind door number 3, well, actually door number 4. A lot of bits and bats. My sewing stuff, and I use the spray, that hairspray. Sometimes I'm, getting older, unfortunately. It's hard to thread a needle and you put hairspray on the end of it. It works really well. Yeah, this is my photo paper. I don't use that too often. And stand for my camera, my old stand. And of course, every girl has to have a, lint cleaner in their closet. And this is my nail polish and nail polish remover. This is all my watercolor supplies, card making, like Yupo paper. I love this stuff. If you've not used this alcohol ink cardstock, this one is Silver Sparkle, and use your alcohol inks. You can do amazing, beautiful things. If you haven't done this, you need to watch a video and do this, because people just love it when you make cards with alcohol ink, because they're so beautiful. Okay, here's my trusty P-Touch. I've had this for a long time. It works great. If you need one, I would buy this. The cartridges are really easy to get on Amazon, and I think you would really, that would really be helpful if you want to label things. This is just my little tray of alcohol ink, ephemera, if you will, my turpentine, and this, which is so important when you're using alcohol ink, because when you drip the alcohol and you blow it with a straw, you're also sucking that into your lungs. Don't want to do this. This works better and it's much safer. And here's my foil press. I don't use that very much anymore because there's really not a call for it when you're making journals. I do try to use it sometimes, but not so much. Here's my transparency paper. This one was a little thick, so I keep it in here. And this is my, believe it or not, this is my hair straightener, which I don't use anymore. My granddaughters would love this because they use it all the time, but I use it to straighten material. And in the next half of this tour, I will show you some of the things that I have done with this, and it's amazing. So if you don't use yours anymore, you need to bring it down here. It's really great for straightening your seam binding as well. Here is my foil mates and all my hot foil products, which I don't use much anymore, but I will be using it soon because you can actually use this in your resin jewelry making for the backs of your necklaces and earrings, and we'll get into that a little more on the next, the second part of this tour. Okay, down here is all my acrylic paints. And I took a painting lesson, and as long as I've been doing crafts, you would think that I would know how to paint. I can't paint a stick person. I can't make a leaf. And I took a class, and it still didn't help me. Donna Dewberry was one of them, and I took an online class. Still can't do it, but this is the one that I use the most. I have all these colors in this particular bin because they're all pearl. And I love the shiny pearl. So I have every brand you could think of in here. It's just when I use it, this is what I use because it makes everything look shinier and prettier. And I'm all about shiny and pretty. Okay, we're on the downhill slope here. I have this gorgeous picture every day when I come in my studio. I'm so blessed to have this, to look out at this. Every day is a blessing. It just adds to the beauty of my studio and my happiness. I love all the sun catchers, butterflies, birds, all those beautiful nature things. And so I try to keep that inspiration around me all the time. And a lot of the things you see in here, I told you was gifted by my sister, my son, my daughter, my grandkids. They bring me things, beautiful, sparkly, shiny things. I think there's an animal that does that, that collects sparkly things. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, my granddaughter, I believe she used this one Halloween, and she showed it to me, and we went to buy another one, and there wasn't, so she let me borrow this, I think, until she wants it back, and it'll have to be when I die, because I'm not giving this up. Is this beautiful or what? And these are some of the things that I use in my journals. I just cut things up and put them in my journals. If you haven't seen, please go onto YouTube, find my channel, LindaVillaCreations, and have a look at my journals. And subscribe and hit that bell so you'll know when my next journal comes out. We did have some color technicalities on our last two journals, but we were able to fix that and repost them, and I hope you enjoy them. So let's get on here. I made velvet pumpkins. My sister and I had an Etsy shop, and we made velvet pumpkins because I have a thing for pumpkins. I don't know why or where it came from, but I love pumpkins, and I made the pumpkin. We went and bought salvaged the stems from all the pumpkin shops around Halloween, and she put all the bling on them. So we made them in every color, every size. It was fabulous, but it got to be a chore, so we decided we wouldn't do that anymore. My last card that I was gifted from my son, it was a birthday card to my husband, and it matched so well here, and I just love looking at that. And there's my daughter Kathy when she was little, and my son Daryl when he graduated from high school. I don't sit here a lot because I'm always watching YouTube. So when I do sit here, I have an extra craft corral that holds my other items that I use on a regular basis. My extra lighting and just my bling. Some beautiful bookmarks that my sister Donna gave me, my sister Theta, beautiful things. And this is just, this holds my samples. If I, like this, if I can't remember how to fold this card to make it, I have a drawer of samples that tells me exactly what I need to do. And they're tucked away in this little box that I got from Home Goods, actually. So there's all my samples of things. So that works really well for me. If I go, oh, how did I make that? Because honestly, I forget. I have the worst memory in the world. But this helps. And it's a beautiful piece, and my granddaughter Amanda got that for me, and she looks great there. I do subscribe to Daphne's Diary. It's a little pricey, but I think you can go on YouTube and they will show you everything that's in there. And pretty much it has everything in it, from food to decorations and things. You can cut these out and put them in your journals. Beautiful things to cut out and put in your journals. Look at that page. Is that gorgeous? And they're meant just for that. They're very thick, firm cardstock, almost a thinner cardstock actually, and just shows you how to do very cool things. So if you're, I think it comes out 4 times a year. A little bit pricey, just so you know. Here's another one of my gorgeous pumpkins. A beautiful handkerchief my granddaughter brought me from a Long Beach craft fair, I believe. It's on the last Friday of every month in Long Beach. And it's so pretty, I can't cut it up and use it. We're almost to the end here. I'm just going to show you this one. I keep my clock up there so I can keep time of if I have an appointment or anything. And here's the other section of my ribbon. And this works really well because I can see it. It's out here. And it's beautiful to look at. It's, you know, it's pleasing to the eye. I keep a little container of pens. So if I cut and it needs to be pinned so it stays in place, I certainly do that. And these are from Joann's. You can order them online. They actually come undone, which doesn't work very well because I have them against the wall. I don't know. It seems like they should, I don't know. Anyway, but they work great. Sometimes I have to, you know, clear it out and fix it. Remember, don't judge me, okay? My sister gave me a lot of this stuff. I didn't buy all this stuff. So these are, again, Ikeas. And the one thing about Ikeas is they don't come out all the way. Let me pull this out a little more section. So see, there's more drawer space back there, but you can't utilize it because, and I don't know why they did that. It would be great if they pulled out all the way. I'm losing all that because I can't see it, so I don't put anything back there. But anyway. These are beads. I was into jewelry making a few years ago, and I realized that I wasn't a jewelry maker, so I gave all this stuff to my sister. And so she started making jewelry. And when she did that, she did a lot. We had craft shows selling pumpkins and jewelry. And then she got tired of it and gave it all back to me, but it had like tripled. So this is one of the containers, 2 of the containers that she gave me. How do you get this open? So you can see, you can just see, like she made these like this, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I just take them apart and I put them on the bottom of my journals, the beads hanging off the journals. That's what I do with them. And so yeah, they're gorgeous. Okay, and I keep this one here because I use these a lot. I think these are called rounders. Gosh, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know what they're called. I'm not a jewelry person. I'm not, but I do use all of this stuff. Oh my gosh, this is another one of those trays from IKEA, and they're like $7. They're great. They fit in these drawers, but as you can see, that's as far as the drawer comes out. So, but I can't do this, so I can't take it out. This jewelry comes from my mother, my sister, everybody. Just gives me jewelry. These, amazing. I found this necklace at, not Hobby Lobby. It was oh my gosh, I can't remember. I'll remember and we'll get it to you, sorry. But I just cut the necklace up. So I put these in my journals. I glue them on pages because I love them. Beautiful. Anyway, okay. So I do use that on my journals. And here's some more. Just more bling. Some of this stuff is so old, I couldn't put a date on that. If you look at that, it's way back there. Very old. My material that I use, and I try to mark everything. And ladies and gentlemen, this is here's all my velvet from when I was making velvet pumpkins, and I put that in my journal, but this works for me. So I took a, what do you call it, a page protector, right? And I labeled the colors, and if I need something aqua, I just open this up, dig in there, and pull out what I need. And you know what? I've tried everything. This works fabulous. So I have all these bags here. They're not going to spill out because they're closed, so you might want to try that. That works really well. And here's a smaller bags. This is like boho. Don't use too much boho. And extra ribbons, ends that I've cut off that I might put on a swatch. More bags of colors. So easy to take care of. This is my larger pieces that I've used for journal covers. And when I need a color, I just go right there. Here's another one. I know, don't you love this stuff? This was from Goodwill. Loved it. But that works really well for me. And things that, like my things that we lay down to film videos with. Okay, and we have come to the biggest portion, the biggest portion of my craft room. And I hope that filming this was not only do I want to share what I have with you, but I also hope that this will help you in your storage solutions, because I have been doing this for 4 years and storage solution is huge. I know that. So if you have any questions about anything that we went too quickly over, just, send me an email or a text, and I will be happy to delve into that more, whatever you need. I want to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 2 of this studio tour, excuse me. And so here it is. I just want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today and touring my studio. If there's anything that we didn't cover or haven't covered or you need more information on, just let me know in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Again, part 2 is going to be amazing. I'm sure you're going to love it. And I hope that whatever we did today helps you become a more efficient crafter. Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.